Do you want to know my secret to getting everything done in my business? It's Asana. I use it for everything. I use it for client management, content management, professional development, keeping up with my daily tasks, and for keeping up my goals. So keep watching to find out how to use Asana to keep up with all of your business tasks. I've gone through a lot of checklist tools and a lot of project management tools, but Asana is my favorite. Trello used to be my favorite, but then Asana created boards, and I'm more of a checklist type of person anyways. The number one reason that I love Asana is because every time I check off the tasks that I completed for my business, a unicorn flies across, or a yeti, or any other mythical creature. Is really cool. It's like I'm getting a little reward for doing the work that I should be doing anyways. I like to use Asana for both business and personal tasks, but I'm going to stick to business in this video. I use Asana to manage my client projects, to create videos, to write blog posts, to write out newsletters, to create products, and for other projects. Basically, I use it to organize and manage my whole business. So this is what the back end of my Asana looks like. But I'm gonna pretend like I'm creating a new project. So let's start by creating projects. Or actually, we're gonna create teams and then create projects within those teams. So if you go to the left-hand side, it says Add Team. Actually, when I went to my other email account, like my Gmail account, it says Add Projects, Create Projects. I don't know if that's the difference between a business account and a regular account. So you might want to think about that when you're signing up for Asana. So I'm going to go ahead and do Add Team. So some ideas that you can have are you can name it after yourself or your company name. If you're doing other projects like creating content, you can name it after that, or you can name it client projects. Or if you actually do like design projects, you can name it design projects, coaching calls, or anything that has to do with your service. You can also have one for marketing. You can have one for your products, and the list goes on and on and on. So I'm going to go ahead and create all these projects. Or I should say, I should give you an example of what I did. So this is actually where Pagan's Workspace is actually where I create all my daily tasks. So under Natasha Lane Design Company, I actually have all the tasks that I have to do, like monthly, daily, whatever, all the tasks that I have to do for my business. Then I create monthly goals, and then I actually have like a professional development where I list all the courses and memberships and stuff that I'm a part of, or if I want to read a book or something like that, I'll stick it there. So I have design and editing projects, and that's where I keep all my client projects. So you see I have templates for that. And then I have content creation. That's where I keep all the things that I do for creating content. So here's for video. I was doing live streaming for a while last month. Here's on Wednesdays we go rogue. That's my newsletter, and then the blog. I don't really use the blog as much because I do video. So then I have one for products, courses. I have one for marketing and networking. And then I have an actual Natasha Lane Design Company. And that's for like if I want to create like systems and processes for my business. So since this is the beginning, since you're probably new to Asana, or if you're not new and you just want to create like a system for your business, like a workflow, I'm going to focus on tasks that I have to remember to do all the time. I'm going to add team, and then I'm just going to recreate my Pagan's Workspace. Of course, you can name it after your company, or you can name it after your name. It doesn't matter. Oh, it won't let me. I'll just put 2. And then if you want to have team members, you can add their names, their email address too. Like if you have a VA, video editor, or any other like collaborator for your business, you can add them. So I'm going to create the team. So you see it pops up right here. And then it says create a project. So that's actually what I saw in my normal Gmail account. So we're going to create a project. And this one I'm going to name after my company. I'm going to create a blank project. And then I'm going to name it Natasha Lane Design Company. And I'm going to have it as a list. So this is what I'm going to use to have all my recurring tasks, things that I do daily or just do all the time for my business that I want on repeat. The goal of this is to start automating your business so you can start doing things easier for yourself. So first I'm going to create important sections in this project. To create sections, you can hit add section, or you can hit tab and N on the keyboard. I'm going to name my sections daily, weekly, month, so I've created a daily section, a bi-weekly section, a weekly section, a monthly section, a quarterly section, and a yearly section. Then I'm going to create tasks under each section. Like under daily, which for me is the weekdays, it doesn't really include the weekends. I know that I like to check my emails on the weekday. Well, I check my email every day. But check emails, maybe I'll just put check email. So for my business, I try not to check my emails all the time since it's counterproductive whenever I'm doing my work. So that's why I have it under my tasks. So I'll probably do it like after lunch. Then I might add something like Facebook. Maybe I want to check in on Facebook daily. Or maybe I want to check in on Instagram daily. So whatever you do daily for your business, you can just stick it under daily. For bi-weekly, I can add something like checking Twitter because I'm not on it all the time. And maybe YouTube, although I check that more than bi-weekly because of comments and stuff. For weekly, I can add something like Pinterest because I like to add pins to Pinterest once a week. And then for monthly, I do my accounting monthly instead of daily. I find it easier to batch my accounting, so I do it monthly. For me, it's easier to input all those numbers at once instead of doing it daily. I feel like it wastes time. So I like to plan my goals quarterly, and I can't really think of anything for yearly. Maybe like review the year. But I want you to think about things that you do for each of these sections that are important for your business. Maybe you check Facebook like bi-weekly or weekly. And maybe you like to do accounting quarterly. I know some people don't like to do accounting at all. So just think of all the things that you need to do daily, bi-weekly, weekly, monthly, quarterly, and yearly. Okay, so I've updated everything for each section. Now I'm going to automate it so that each time I finish a task, it'll be created automatically. So to create a recurring task, you have to go to the task you created, like Facebook. Just click on it. And then assign the task to yourself. And then choose a date. I'm just going to choose today. And then set it to repeat. You can repeat it daily if it's like an everyday thing. But if you're like me and you only work on the weekdays, then you want to actually pick weekly and then pick Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. so that it'll only recur on those days. You won't see it on Saturday and Sunday. So I'm going to hit done. And then you actually see this little cycle over here. So you can actually add a due time too. So add due time. So maybe you want to check Facebook every day at like 4 o'clock before you get off of work or something. So done. But I don't really like to add times to my stuff unless it's like really time sensitive. So you just do the same thing for all the other tasks. But instead of doing weekly, you can do monthly, or if it's bi-weekly, you can just do every 2 weeks. So if I was going to set this to repeat, if I wanted to do this every 2 weeks, you can just put periodically and then 14 days after completion. But this is bi-weekly, so I'm going to change this. So this is bi-weekly, so maybe I want to do this every Tuesday, Thursday. Then weekly, maybe I want to do this every Tuesday or every Friday. If you want to do the same day for all of them, you just select all of them. You just shift and select all, and then you can add yourself, and then set to repeat, and then done. For monthly, you can set a date every month, or you can just do it monthly. Let me show you. So set to repeat, and then monthly. If you know that you have to do this every month on the 20th of the month, then you can do it like that. You can choose whatever day, like you can choose the last day of the month. But what if the 20th falls on a weekend and you don't work on the weekend? For this, you actually want to choose weekly. So you want to choose weekly, and then you want to do every 4 weeks on a Friday. So you can do that instead. So now that I've actually scheduled everything, I just want to show you what happens when you check everything. See, you see a mythical creature fly across. I think that was a phoenix. You also see that once things are checked off, they come back again, and you see Wednesday, Tuesday, you see December 27th. So every time something is checked off, look, a unicorn. So every time something is checked off, you see a new date for it. I used to be a big fan of Trello, but I realized I worked better just looking at a simple checklist. But you can create boards in Asana just like Trello. I actually like having both options. Since it's a new year, that means new goals. I actually like to create boards for my goals because it's easier to look at an overview for the year. If I wanted to create another project within Pagan's workspace, I just have to hit this check mark, and then I'm going to use a blank project. Then I'm going to name this goals, and then you just choose board instead of list, and then create project. So for these, I can actually change this to like 30 days, like the goals I want to do for 30 days. And maybe I'll make this 60 days and then 90 days. So I actually like to look at my goals within 90-day time span. Like one goal could be, what do I want to do this year? Maybe I want to create a new product. Let's just pretend like it's a real product. So here I could probably list the things I need to do. Maybe I want to outline the product and then design it, and I guess create a sales page for it. Maybe I want, and let's just put launch. It doesn't have to be that hard. Another goal could be, maybe I want to grow my email list by 1,000 or something like that. Maybe I want this to be a 30-day goal. The new product, maybe a 60-day goal. Maybe I want to guest speak somewhere. That could be a 90-day goal. So I also want to let you know that your board is automatically created when you create a list now. So like I created this board. If I go to list, it's a list. So if I go back to the other one that I created, so this is the list that we created. I'm going to go to board and it automatically created the boards. So now you don't even have to choose between list or board. So I know that it can be a little time consuming to create workflows for your business. This wasn't done in a day. This actually took years to do. So, I mean, this is something simple. But if you want to create like videos like I did for mine, like you can see my video workflow, I actually created a workflow template for Asana. So you can just upload it to your Asana. And then it's already there for you. If you want to check that out, you can click the link in the description box down below. I'll try to create a video on how to import workflow templates into Asana in the upcoming weeks. Asana makes it really easy to keep up with all your goals and tasks for your business. So whether you want a list, a board, I didn't even show you the calendar, but you even get a calendar view. No matter what you want to see, Asana has you covered. And the best part is this is free. You can use it when you're just starting your business and keep using it as you expand and grow your team. Are you already using Asana for your business? Let me know in the comments down below. Until next week, bye.